Transformers Earth Wars has just hit the app stores. Now, we played it way back in February when it was in soft launch and before it was properly finished. When we did, the developers said that, hey, the game isn't going to look quite like this when it's done, just you wait and see the differences. Now, the game's actually out, I want to put the developers to the test. Let's see if there are any differences between the old version from back in February and the new version 4 months later. So here's the home base when you first boot it up. You can see that the grass textures are a bit soft, that the walls look a bit flat, everything looks a little bit drab, but oh my god, look at this! They've brightened it right up, so you get a much more detailed grass texture. You can see shadows on the walls and the buildings themselves. The whole thing, in fairness, does look a lot more impressive. So at least one upgrade so far. Now we've got the character models. So in the original version of the game, your guide, who was called Melody, was just a 2D sprite, while the Transformers themselves did appear in 3D. Now Melody is a proper, full 3D character. I know I like existing in 3 dimensions, and I'm glad that she's joined the club. The Transformers still 3D, but looking a little better. More on that in a bit. Now, how about the menus? The old menus, kind of a bright red colour, checkered background, you can see through them. It's quite, it's fine, it's alright, it's a bit flat, but it's okay. The new menus, much deeper red, much darker look overall. It's still transparent, but they've darkened the background significantly. There are also a few more symbols up in the corners and just a bit more detail and information, full stop. Now, if you've played the game before during soft launch, you'll know that in order to get Transformers down onto Earth, you have to summon them there using a space bridge. These are powered by gems. Here's what the summoning process looked like in the old build. As you can see, the light flashes, Optimus just kind of appears, no transformation, he just stands there looking, a bit bored. Now here is how the Autobots appear in the new build. That's a bit more impressive, right? The light gradually builds, he finally appears, does a little transformation, camera swooshes in, very nice indeed. And speaking of looking good, let's get up close and personal with Optimus himself. Now there is a Transformer viewing mode in the game where you can just zoom the camera around each of the Autobots and Decepticons and tap the screen to make them transform. The original version of that, everything looks sort of fine, the texture's maybe a little bit flat, there's lighting there in the background with lens flare, nothing too flashy, but it looks okay. However, in the new version, you really get to see the upgrades that have been made. The lighting is much more pronounced, there is a kind of speckled dust particle effect that's there on the camera, along with a lot of lens flare in the background. The whole thing looks that much more metallic and gives the sense that they are really metal robots rather than maybe plastic ones. It's a big improvement, and kudos to the developers for actually following through on their promise to make this game look better. A lot can happen in 4 months, as it turns out. As for the gameplay, we're going to be doing an ongoing review over on pocketgamer.co.uk, and we'll also do some gameplay videos and updates on App Spy if you guys are interested in that sort of thing. Do let us know in the comments below, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.